Today in the crypto space, we see the market taking a bit of a dip. Bitcoin down below the $100,000 mark, hitting about 96,500, and Ethereum right around 3,300, down approximately 1.2%. Obviously looking a little bit bearish. The rest of the crypto space, these altcoins are coming down to much lower levels where we can be buying the dip for a good reversal if Bitcoin gives us that confirmation low. In today's video, I want to talk about Bitcoin. I want to focus on Bitcoin, and of course, I'm going to use it as a leading indicator. So you know what? Let's talk about the news. Let's analyze the charts, and let's strategize to capitalize. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike, and let's get right into it, guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome. On the channel, we talk about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the altcoins. Looking for opportunity, whether we go up or down, bearish or bullish, it doesn't matter. All we want to do is stay one step ahead of the market so that we can capitalize on any of the volatility. And if you appreciated the strategy, subscribe to the channel, click the bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, including the live streams at 8 p.m. EST, where we talk about crypto news and price action. Guys, if you have any projects you want me to cover here on the channel, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. You can hit me up on the socials. The links are in the description. Better yet, join the Discord. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. The best part is it's absolutely free. All right, guys, let's begin. Let's see what's going on here with this market. I can feel the fear throughout the market. Bitcoin coming down, of course, causing the market cap to fall, right? We're seeing the whole market cap fall. It's 7.4% to the downside here. Lots of trading volume increasing here, suggesting that the market is participating in this sell-off. And it's not exclusive to a particular project. Obviously, Bitcoin showing this type of weakness as the largest cap project out there is going to have that force. It's going to have that influence across the market, and obviously inducing that fear and causing fear. That's something that we got to consider. But you can see that even Ethereum is down. We see Bitcoin is down. Everything is down at the current moment, guys. 5, 10, couple, and if you look at the rest of the week, yeah, some of them are still in the green, but they're giving away some of their gains that they've been, basically appreciating. You can see on this 1 hour fractal, a lot of these altcoins were grinding to the upside. Now, what this is called is basically the price is taking the stairs up and the elevator down. Okay, so this is what's happening. The way down is a lot faster, a lot more aggressive, a lot more emotional. And on the way up, we get nice slow grinds to the upside, low volume moves. This is what happens with low volume moves, right? When low volume moves to the upside, yeah, you might, climb that ladder, climb those stairs. But when you get volume to the downside, guys, geez, market participation could cause a huge flush. And this is basically what we're seeing. Now, of course, what do we do next, guys? What do we do? I did buy a few dips about 2 to 3 days ago. I think it was 2 days ago. I bought a few dips, right? Because we were still in a good level. I'm not talking about some of these large caps. I'm talking about some altcoins that were still at the bottom of the range, some AI agents and things like that, wanted to get some exposure to that narrative. Now, today, what I did is I topped up. I basically scattered some buy orders across all those projects that I bought a couple of days ago so that I can bring them to a level of which the position size is more interesting to me. Now, there's going to be a spot where I'm going to stop, right? I'm going to stop buying. I'm going to hold on because I want to make sure that I have enough capital to buy dips if Bitcoin decides to break structure. And this is one of the reasons why I want to focus on Bitcoin today, because the big picture plan needs to be there, right? If we get those bearish opportunities, I'm not talking about range lows. I'm talking about breaking to the downside to the point that we're breaking structure to the downside and hitting maybe 87,000. That possibility is still on the table, as I mentioned a couple of days ago. However, if we get the confirmation low, a nice higher low, all these altcoin buys that we're buying in right now, even if it's not deploying all in all at once, they will be in the green upon a Bitcoin bounce. They will be in the green upon this confirmation low and obviously another higher high. Because we can't forget that Bitcoin already gave us a higher high. All right, guys, we'll get into the Bitcoin price in a second. Let's just quickly scrape through the top 100, continue here. A few dips, like if you're looking for some good buy orders, you got 12% across the market, more or less 10%, and you can see that. Which ones would I be interested in, guys? I would be looking for hot narratives, right? I would be looking for really good hot narratives. Obviously, we got virtuals, hyperliquid is 12%. It's still within range, guys. Bullish, still within range, right? And if we keep on going down, we got a little bit, a few others. What else do we got here? We got Filecoin. Let's see, a few dips. Like, geez, it's like shopping season. pudgy penguins, not really dipping, still making higher highs and higher lows, still in a nice upwards trending structure. Move barely dipped 3.5%. You can see the strength in some of these, right? The ones that people are yapping about in the last little while are not getting those dips. We got Phantom coming down a little bit. Sonic, obviously, Sonic and Phantom 12.2% rolling over here. You know, there's a bit of right now, a bit of negativity, but all good. Phantom is going to recuperate. Phantom is going to do good. I know it's going to, you know, take a bit of a hit like many others in the market. It's not exclusive. Remember, this dip is market wide, right? It's market wide. Even like AI16Z, at the end of the day, it's down 15.5% as well. I know it's within structure. The reality is it's still dipped 15.5%, right? It's a bit of a dip in one day. So we got to understand that. Structure is important, no doubt, but we got to understand that this is a market-wide thing. It's not an exclusive thing to a particular narrative or project or chain or anything like that, right? So lots of opportunity here. If you're looking for meme coins, if you're looking for good gaming projects, Beam, I might, you know, consider buying a little bit more of that, and so on and so forth. There's lots of good projects right now, and I would have a shopping list. I think that's the best priority right now to have, is to ensure that you have a shopping list and that you have targets of where you're willing to start dabbling in and getting that exposure. Don't try to catch a bottom, DCA nice and slowly, accumulate within the next couple of days, and then stop and then say, you know what, I'm going to reserve the rest just in case we go to the next level down. Now the question is, where's that next level? All right, guys, I know you're here to talk about charts as well, so let's get right into it. Let's take a look at what's going on here with Bitcoin. Guys, it took the elevator right back down to range lows, almost range lows, and after a nice grind to the upside with low volume, now we're getting some bearish volume, but not that much. Let's take a look at this in a little bit more detail. So I'm going to start off here on the daily. The daily structure is slowly playing out. It looks boring AF, guys. Just really boring. Now, we got to admit, you know, if we start zooming in on lower time frames, this area is a lot more interesting. Right here, right now, we began the pivot to the upside. We confirmed a nice candle close. We opened the candle, got rejected, but it's not the point. The point here on the daily is that we still made a higher high. Okay, very nice, strong, decent, higher high. Now, the problem is that the bulls weren't able to sustain that level. In fact, the bears wanted to respond. And we've been seeing bearish response. Look at this bearish response. Okay, now we're waiting for the next bearish response on the daily. The next bearish response on the daily is usually defined as how much momentum and strength in that momentum it has. Now, that's why I've been focusing on the daily time frame. I'm concerned about the daily time frame. I've been concerned about the daily time frame for a good while because the daily didn't get oversold. And until it gets oversold, we run the risk that the daily gets oversold and the price also comes down to much lower levels when it gets oversold, because we know that oversold conditions bring us very bearish price action. Okay, so I'm going to keep that there. Now, the fact that we made a higher high is really good. Now, if we want to change this sentiment on the daily bullish, we need to confirm a higher low, and we need to see that the momentum is now going to change direction, and obviously the trend. Okay, so let's keep this in mind as we go forward, and I'm going to get these oscillators up. Let's focus on the momentum oscillator. What we can see is the beginning of this dip right into here. Every time we got overbought as far as volatility goes, you can see the rejection. Rejection is strong, guys. So this is a concern. Now, I'm also concerned, again, about the momentum. We were breaking the momentum. What a little bit of fake out, guys. I was trying my best to make this as accurate as possible. You know this is not about accuracy, guys. It's about general areas, and it got rejected pretty badly on this downwards trend line. And guess what, guys? We can confirm now that the trend is being respected pretty much. You know, we're making lower lows and lower highs. The momentum is in a downtrend. And what is the next level? Are we gonna finally get oversold? I am not going to be left without capital if we do get here. It doesn't matter to me what happened. Even if I miss out on entries, it doesn't matter. From a peace of mind perspective, from a risk to reward ratio perspective, from every type of perspective that you can think about, it's always safe to have a bit of cash on the side. So for me, I have been deploying. I know I have, and you guys know that. However, I have some capital on lockdown, ready to go if we get here. In the meantime, I'm curious. I am curious to see if the 4-hour time frame, and we'll talk about the 4-hour in a second, is going to have the strength to create that pivot here. Whatever happens, I don't know what's going to happen. Obviously, I don't have a crystal ball. But whatever happens here, if we're going to get a structure or a reversal here and momentum to the upside, guys, I want to have some exposure, especially in the hot narratives and especially on the projects that are still at a good horizontal level of support with good risk to reward ratio. That's what I'm focusing. I'm not buying tops. I'm not buying projects that ran. I'm not buying, you guys know which ones I'm not buying. I'm not buying those. I'm buying the ones that have retraced and are getting those rounded bottoms and that are giving good signs of, strength, but still, DCing and still being able to accumulate around that level, even if it comes down a little bit more, guys. DCing is a great strategy over time. Now, this is my concern. Reversal right here in the chop zone, or do we get oversold and spam some buy orders? Now, let's take a look at the trend oscillator, another really good oscillator that really works. Guys, if you want to know more about this oscillator, I got links in the description. It's a custom oscillator, custom package of indicators, synergy signal. If you want to know more about it, join the Discord. If you want to know more about it, go check out the website. There's a lot of info there. Now, we can see that there is a bit of a fake out. We got good signals here, green histogram bars, all of that. And you can see it happened before, and all of a sudden we get the cross and we come down for another bearish move. Sometimes we just need to be a bit patient. We've seen this before. We've seen fake outs, especially as we get into this level. And sometimes we get good support. We get a dip, and then we go up again. Sometimes right before we go majorly bullish, I'm going to show you. Right before we go majorly bullish again, we do get a bit of a dip, a flush out. So what's going to happen in the next little while, guys? Ultimately, we do not know. Okay, we got to be very patient. I see a bearish response incoming, obviously based on the daily. As you can see, if we drop here in the bearish control zone and the momentum gets away and gets oversold, I am deploying a big bag of capital. Now, what we have to do is also understand that the 4-hour has been showing us a bit of strength. And besides today, it was starting to look like the daily was also giving us strength. But again, today showed us that the fake out was real. Now the 4-hour, let's quickly go there. I want to get the oscillators out of the way, and price action is always king. So we're going to look at market structure first. And you can see that at this point, I was like, okay, I want the 87,000. We made that this bottom. Could this have been just like a fake out type of scenario where individuals are now getting bullish because of this? We made that higher high. Yes, 100%. Yesterday, we talked about the rejection here. It was perfect. Okay, it happened. I'm not going to, celebrate a rejection, but ultimately, at least we knew that it was very possible, keeping those emotions at bay. Okay, so now the next level is anticipation that we get a bottom. Now, where is the bottom? We want it to be a higher bottom, a higher low. It's going to be a low, but it's got to be higher than these. Or else the next target is coming back down to the initial oversold condition, back to 87,000, and that's where I'm buying those big buy orders based on the daily momentum. This is the daily target. The 4-hour target could be right around here. If the 4-hour target gives us a higher low, we will start changing direction. Why? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Maybe lower lows and lower highs, but ultimately if we pivot here, that would be the opportunity. So I am going to be deploying, or I already did. I'm not deploying anymore. I deployed even earlier on today, right into this level. If we get that confirmation and start springing here, or else the next level I'm going to be buying is down here. I'm not deploying any more capital because ultimately I did deploy about 40 to 50% of my dry powder in this current level, and I'm happy. I'm okay with that. Probably about 40%, and down here I would like to deploy a bit more. I may consider deploying another 10% right into here just because the risk to reward is awesome. Imagine coming down to this level, getting another bounce, 1 2 3 4 bounces right around the zone. That would be also pretty good within a decent strategy to put a good stop loss, risk to reward ratio. Everything is good, but just to keep in mind, guys, just because I'm using Bitcoin right here as in the chart doesn't mean I'm buying Bitcoin. Okay, I'm buying altcoins if that happens. I'm looking for projects that have good possibilities of pumps, good fundamentals, good pumpamentals, all the ones that have the latest buzz, obviously the AI projects, the agents, maybe a few meme coins, good fundamental projects of DeepIn, and there's so many. Just keep that in mind. I'm spreading capital across the entire market, the altcoin market, and for as far as large cap goes, I'm done accumulating our large caps, so I'm looking for more speculative capital preparing for the rotation from Bitcoin, Ethereum into the altcoin market, given that we have to understand that the thesis is dependent on this bull run. So once again, bull run on, higher highs, higher lows. Again, 87,000, is it possible, guys? Let's take a look at oscillators. So oscillators on the 4-hour, guys, quickly going to show you, look at the little volume that we got. I'm going to quickly back up a second and show you the volume that we got here on the 4 hours. Pretty decent. And I'm going to just quickly shift to the daily because I didn't show you the volume. It's not that much, guys. Let's be real. It's a little bit of a pop. I get it. It looks bad. Let's see what happens in the next little while. Not that much volume. Okay, it's okay. The 4 hour shows that that volume is obviously a little bit more than the rest, but still okay within realm. Now, if you look at the momentum here on the daily, I'm going to try to get the price action in the field of view as well. You can see that right here we took the elevator down express, essentially. Look at that, right? Volatility is completely oversold already on the 4 hour, and the momentum, the purple line, is almost already oversold as well. So the reality is on the 4 hour, and again, I had these green arrows here, the 4 hour could be looking for a bounce very soon, which means that it could be the confirmation low, the higher low. It's too early to tell, guys. Don't do anything drastic or anything crazy yet. Wait for the momentum, the purple line, to get oversold. Wait for some sort of sign of support. Start looking at for structural support here on the 4 hour or even the 1 hour. Look for an inverse head and shoulder right around this level. We are the point of control is also right around this zone, which is nice. The thick of the volume is right into this level. Emotions start to pick up right around $94,000 and $94,000 right here. This starts to bring in some emotion. Why? Because there's not a lot of volume, and this is an emotional level, right? And sometimes we do get reactions. So I'm expecting about 94,000 at worst case scenario. If we do come down here, I would be buying the dip. I'm not buying any more within this range. I'm happy with my orders that I've got into. This is the next level. I may, like I said, dabble in a little bit more, but I'm spamming buy orders down here, guys. I have heavyweight bags ready to deploy down here, and that's it. After that, I am going to get into a level of where I need to raise capital again, because I'm going to deploy everything I got into this zone. And then after that, again, raise capital, guys. If you're here for the bull run, you got to find the strategy to raise capital and keep on DCAing in the next little bit, because at any moment, if the bull run is back on, we're going to be flying again. And based on the 4 hour, because we're oversold again, it could happen. Right, we just got to wait for a little bit more here. It could definitely happen, get that reversal. I can't believe momentum is already almost overbought in one shot on the daily. Almost overbought. Usually look at this grind, how long it took from oversold to overbought. All of a sudden we're already oversold in one shot, guys. Crazy volatility right there. Who said the market wasn't volatile? All right, let's take a look at the trend oscillator. Let's bring this up and put this away for now, so we can focus. Lots of choppy price action in here, meaning lots of choppy trend. And now if you look at what's happening here, was a bit of divergence, higher highs on the price action. Nah, it got invalidated, guys. Pretty much it got invalidated. Now what happens is with invalidation, it doesn't the indicator doesn't go back and fix it. The indicators don't work like that. So at least you're able to see we got higher highs on the price action, higher highs on the trend oscillator, and then all of a sudden we just started reversing, which is a healthy reversal. I just want to make this big for a second and show you how healthy this current reversal that we're talking about is. Okay, just to show you that, look at these expansions, look at the trend line, look at everything. We're still in trend here, guys. Look at I'm going to highlight this trend. Look at this. Look at this. We're still in trend. Okay, we're still okay. As long as we can stay in the bullish control zone on the 4 hour and absorb what's happening here on the 4 hour and get that bounce any moment, we can continue going bullish here. In the meantime, this could be the biggest, trap, a bear trap before the actual pump. So be prepared that the 4 hour is still looking pretty decent, but the daily is the concern. Be prepared for either occasion, guys. A good trader is prepared. A good trader doesn't speculate doesn't speculate on knowing everything, right? You're not going to know, okay? There's no certainties, there's no guarantees. What you are going to do is prepare for scenarios and allocate the correct amount of capital based on those scenarios, based on the probability. The probability of coming down here, and be honest, is not that high, but it's high enough. I think it's a 50-50 shot right now. Right? Yesterday, breaking above, it wasn't that 50-50 because we had tops already. But I told you guys, let's wait. Let's wait for the rejection, the bearish response, and let's see what happens. Well, we got it. We got our answer. We fell below the previous highs. That's not a good look. We fell back into this structure. Again, I highlighted the structure by using this yellow box. Now that we're back into structure, the next target is range lows, unless we get some sort of confirmation. And we got the 200 here on the 4 hour. We got the cluster of supply and demand. We got a lot here, but guys, we need evidence, or else we're coming back to range lows and then maybe 87,000. Guys, if I've offered you any value in this video, do the channel a massive favor. Slap the like button. It does really help out with the algorithm. If you want to follow me on the socials, the links are in the description below. Feel free to join the Discord, guys. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. The best part is it's absolutely free. Guys, I'm going to be live tonight at 8 p.m. EST. If you want to make any requests on any projects that you may have, that is a great time and place to do it. Take care, guys. Have a good one. And don't forget, buy the dip.